Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you with us. My question for you is, why is operational technology, OT, security becoming increasingly critical for banks and financial institutions today, and how does it differ from traditional IT security?
We all think that OT is only in those, factories and plants in the industrial systems. But in fact, OT is almost everywhere. We have elevators, we have badges in the building, and also data center. And data center for financial institutions are very important because this is where the data is located. I forgot as well the CCTV camera and IoT. That is why in the financial institutions as well, OT systems are critical today.
What are the most prominent cyber threats currently targeting the financial sector's infrastructure, and how are attackers evolving their tactics?
So we still have top one, which is cyber criminals. That is for most of the organizations and in the bank as well. But we also have fraud, which is very specific for banking and financial institutions. If you look at phishing attacks that started 20 years ago, we still have those phishing attacks. And how the attackers has evolved is they are using AI to build their phishing attacks. They are also using AI for social engineering. They are much more efficient than they were 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And those phishing attacks are targeting financial institutions. The last part, obviously, is critical infrastructure. We are sometimes also underestimating that financial institutions and banks are critical infrastructure. Not only power, water, and transport. Imagine a bank is shutting down after a cyber attack. The entire nation, the entire country, we cannot pay people, we cannot just, as you can imagine, this is a big impact. Those are the three main cyber criminal, fraud, and critical infrastructures kind of attacks.
Why do you think phishing attacks are predominantly increasing in the UAE and the GCC market as well? Because we are running a lot of examples on the internet these days.
Because they are more efficient. Today a phishing attack is delivered and built by an AI system. You can ask, a chatbot to build a nice email that was with no mistakes at all. And that was not the case, 10 years ago we still have, some say, oh, that is weird. Today it's not the case anymore. So that is why phishing attacks are still there and potentially even more efficient than they were before.
Can you share some real-world examples where OT vulnerabilities lead to significant financial disruptions?
So if we talk about financial disruptions, keep in mind that it's not only financial institution. Any kind of organization that can have an attack using OT system has shut down. I can think about the car industry. I can think about the transport industry. They had a shutdown. Having a shutdown has a direct financial impact. There is a very famous, car industry that has been targeted recently. They definitely stopped working for a couple of weeks. Definitely that has a financial impact.
Definitely. What key security trends and regulatory shifts could banks in the EMEA prioritize to future-proof their infrastructure in the next couple of years?
So, as we see those attacks surface, more fragmented than it was in the past, that's also how Tenable evolved from our traditional vulnerability management to what we call today exposure management. We see as well regulators looking after forcing organizations applying the best practices. One of the best practices obviously prevent attacks, looking after exposure before detecting attack. I think the entire industry has invested a lot of money for the past 15 years detecting. That is not enough anymore. We have seen the number of vulnerability growing every day, but the regulators are helping, in fact, the industry to apply the best practices. I I know we have regulations here in UAE. We have data privacy regulations. We also have finance regulations applying everywhere. We have GDPR in EU. We have the financial sector is one of the sectors which is highly regulated. Sarbanes-Oxley a couple of years ago now. This is very important from a cybersecurity standpoint. Why? Because it will reduce, it will increase the level of security, but it's not enough. Being just compliant is not enough. Security is not just compliance. Security is having the best practices. And we need to reset our mindset. We need to think differently by having a proactive approach instead of just having a reactive approach.
Thank you so much, Bernard. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for your time. Thank you. Hi everyone, welcoming Ram Narayanan, Country Manager Gulf at Checkpoint Software Technologies through Finance 360 Dubai. How are you feeling today?
Excited, very happy to be on this platform, which is giving us the opportunity to meet with customers and partners alike, and having meaningful conversation always makes it much more interesting.
How has the journey been so far? How has the energy been at GITEX since morning?
It's amazing. The last few days has been really meaningful conversations at the customer level, exchanging their challenges and what solutions we can offer, and with our channel partner ecosystem showcasing the value, how they can add value to their customer base. So in terms of those conversations, it's, I would say, amazing.
Okay, sir, I have a few questions for you. We talk about AI. Just like I mentioned, AI is a buzzword. We're talking about it every day. It's reshaping how organizations detect and respond to threats. According to you, how is Checkpoint translating AI innovation into measurable business outcomes for enterprises, such as cost savings, operational efficiency, or faster incident responses?
So AI has been deeply embedded in Checkpoint for many years. So I would just like to highlight, even though AI is being talked about quite recently on a much larger scale, AI engines have been deployed by Checkpoint because of the way we do the analysis in the backend. So the Threat Cloud AI, which is the brain behind all what we do in terms of our Infinity platform, which kind of approaches or delivers prevention first in a unified platform, relies on Threat Cloud AI. Threat Cloud AI today parses 200 billion queries every day, and that is not possible manually. So we had to deploy AI probably many years back, and today we are happy to say that there are 50 plus engines which are deployed in the background, which nobody sees it, but this is what the brain behind the Infinity platform. What I would say in terms of customer realizing the benefit of AI is the AI Copilot, which is part of our Infinity architecture, kind of automates many of the manual tasks which the SOC analyst has to do day in and day out, and it also helps them because of the prevention first approach that we have taken. The time to detect an incident and respond to that incident and remediate, as from hours we have been able to convert it to minutes, and this is the value realization which customers have seen because of AI becoming part of the security management framework that we have developed. So in both ways, I will highlight saying that definitely AI has become mainstream when it comes to cybersecurity, and especially when it comes to SOC.
Let's talk about digital transformation. Digital transformation has been booming in the Middle East, especially with the Saudi Vision 2030 and the UAE Digital Economies strategy. Cybersecurity has become a growth enabler rather than a cost center. How is Checkpoint positioning itself as a partner in this journey, helping enterprises versus secure cloud-first AI-driven approaches?
Definitely, we are engaging with a lot of customers in the region. First, definitely this region and the larger Middle East has been on the transformation journey for the last few years, and they have taken the lead. And definitely all our solutions that we are discussing with our customers are aligned with the framework of the local government, be it the Vision 2030 or the National Economic Strategy vision that UAE has. And definitely I would say the adoption of cloud or the digital transformation where cloud becomes front and center kind of had customers think about whether it is going to introduce security risks, but we can clearly say Checkpoint is helping customers in those conversations say that they can do the transformation journey, but they can do it in a secured way. And Checkpoint has always been with customers to tell them that security shouldn't be a hurdle, but it should be a business enabler. And we have had proof points where we can clearly show them how it becomes a business enabler rather than something which kind of puts them the hurdle. It was the legacy solutions that kind of give them that feeling, but today when we talk about all the AI engines, the unified platform, prevention first approach are all leading to the direction where it becomes a business enabler. And we are very proud to say, because of all the initiatives of the local government, we have our local Infinity portal, which is kind of the unified management platform, being here in the UAE for the last 24 months, and at the beginning of the year we have them desk certified as well, which gives the kind of confidence customers both in public and private sector to kind of adopt our solutions, so that they have the confidence we have taken care of the data sovereignty part, they have taken care of data being locally resident here, and making sure all the decisions that we make reside locally. And I think it's the confidence that the customers get, and that's the conversation that we are having even on GITEX, previously in GISEC as well, how Checkpoint is investing with the local governments in the region and kind of helping customers to move forward in the journey.
And the most important part, the ROI of cybersecurity investments. C-suites are increasingly asking for tangible ROI from cybersecurity budgets. How does Checkpoint help boards and business leaders quantify the impact of their cybersecurity investments?
So cybersecurity investments and the tangible ROI can be in many different forms. Let's highlight a couple of things. On one side, if you see what we talked about, prevention first approach from Checkpoint side has given a clear 50% operational efficiency for customers who have adopted the unified management platform. So the time to detect and to remediate has given them that ROI. It could be automation, it could be deployment of AI engines, how you can do analysis or kind of investigate a particular incident. All of this has given them the proof point, and we have clearly shown a 50% efficiency from a SOC perspective. The second dimension, obviously, today's context is cost versus benefit, and with the adoption of our Infinity ELA, which is the kind of a licensing agreement that we do with large enterprise customers, where they can pick and choose whatever solutions they want from Checkpoint. It could be a firewall, it could be a cloud security solution, it could be email security, it could be consulting services, whatever that can be. We could clearly show a 20% cost savings, and this is what CISOs are really liking, because at the end of the day, either they want to show a simple cost reduction, or they want to do with a similar budget much more that they can achieve. And clearly in both directions, Checkpoint has been in the forefront in the last few years, working with the C-suite to clearly show either in terms of cost savings or in terms of operational efficiency, how Infinity can help them. So all in all, I think that's the conversation we are having with customers in GITEX as well, because everyone comes in and says, what is that you can show which is a clear differentiator, and Checkpoint can always be evangelizing to customers, understanding their needs, because it's not one size that fits all. Every organization is different, every architecture is different, everyone has a different need. We need to understand what their requirements are, and then how Checkpoint can embed into that strategy, and we have been able to do that in the last few years.
Thank you so much, sir. It's been a pleasure speaking to you, and thank you for your time.
Absolutely. Pleasure talking to you, and thank you very much for the opportunity. I welcome every one of your viewers to come and visit us at our booth, where we are showcasing all our latest innovation. We are having demonstrations, quick demonstrations where they can clearly see value. If they have an opportunity to stand by our booth, we are most welcome to have a conversation. If not at GITEX, at any point in time, you can always reach out to us. We are more than happy to come and visit you at your office, understand your needs, and then showcase how we can help you in the digital transformation, how Checkpoint is employing AI into security operations centers, and how we have evangelized all of those in our products and solutions. So we would be more than happy, and we are just a call away from having those conversations. Thank you very much once again.